Hello, and welcome to the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. I am Issacharbey. I am the host. I am also the senior director, and I am also the founder of the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in to our weekly teaching that we do here on YouTube, same place, same time every Sunday. And I want to thank all of you for definitely gracing us with your presence. If you're listening to us from whatever city, state, or country that you're in, and this is your first time, please let us know where you're listening from. Also, if you can, please hit the like button for us. It gives us the opportunity to raise the algorithms to help us to become more visible, to become more noticeable, and make ourselves more open to receive the visibility of others who are also interested in these kind of teachings. And so we are forever grateful for those of you. Please also hit the subscribe button so that you can be connected to our community and stay connected to us in this great community of knowledge, wisdom, manifestors, those who want to create their own reality. And then also we ask that if this or any of our teachings or anything that you have gotten out of this series, out of this channel, has been a blessing to you, has done anything to shift your consciousness, to impact your life in any way, we ask that you share it with any of your friends or family who you think might be interested by the information that we provide on this channel. And so we want to thank all of you for your time, your energy, your effort that you put into it. Also, I most definitely have to thank those of you who have been supporting us with the donations, supporting us with your seeds, and sowing into this ministry and donating into this organization. We want to say thank you because we do not take it for granted. And everything that you help us with, it pushes us and allows us to go further and further and helps us to grow and expand in great and mightyful ways. And so we want to say thank you for that. We're entering a new sector today, and we want to be able to move into this great paradigm, this great shift that we are experiencing. And I'm moving with spirit. I'm moving with how spirit moves me and how we begin to move and elevate. And so we're moving in a new dimension and a new path, a higher level, a deeper depth. And I want to thank all of you for being a part and joining in. I hope that you guys will get something out of this. It is my prayer that something that's said today will begin to shift, begin to expand your level of consciousness, begin to lift you up out of whatever problem or circumstance that you're in, and give you the opportunity to create the answer, to become the answer, to seek the answer, and begin to handle that situation that will allow you to grow and expand and learn and gain wisdom and knowledge from it. And so we are forever grateful for everyone who has been a part of our journey. If you can, for the moments before us, just get into a quiet, safe place, quiet your thoughts, quiet your mind, quiet your body, quiet everything around you, and begin to just sit in a level of quietness and begin to take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Once again, inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. There is a divine intelligence that flows through all things, an infinite presence that guides, directs, and inspires all of creation. I know that this intelligence is within me now, expressing as my mind, heart, and soul, revealing to me the perfect plan for my life. I affirm that the essence of purpose is alive in me, and I am here with a divine mission, a unique role to play in the unfolding of this magnificent universe. I am filled with clarity and conviction, knowing that my purpose is etched in the fabric of my being, guiding every thought, word, and action. I trust that this purpose reveals itself to me with ease and embrace it fully, for it is the foundation of my life's expression. As I align with my purpose, I move into inspired action. Every step I take is guided by the wisdom of the divine. I act with confidence and courage, knowing that the universe supports me in all that I do. My actions are harmonious and effective, perfectly aligned with the highest good for myself and all those around me. I release any doubt or fear, for I am empowered by the infinite potential within me to manifest all that I desire. I now invoke the power of logic, the sacred faculty that discerns truth from illusion. My mind is clear, sharp, and focused, seeing beyond appearances to the deeper reality of things. I think with precision and reason, making wise decisions that reflect the divine order. I know that logic is a divine gift, enabling me to see the path ahead with clarity and confidence. I embrace my balance of heart and mind, intuition and intellect, and all that I do. With navigation, I am guided on this path of life with grace and ease. I trust in the inner compass of my soul, which always points me toward my highest good. I am attuned to the signs and signals of the universe, recognizing them as loving nudges that keep me on course. I release the need to control and surrender to the flow of divine guidance, knowing that I am always in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. I am grateful for this perfect alignment of purpose, action, logic, and navigation into my life. I give thanks for the realization that I am in divine expression of the infinite intelligence, perfectly equipped to fulfill my destiny. I release this word into the law, knowing that it is already done, complete, and perfect. And so it is, and so it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center's weekly teaching. Today, we are moving into a great new shift, a great new paradigm. We will start our new series today, which will be entitled The Great Rewrite. How to Rewrite Your Life Script. The Great Rewrite. Somebody listening today says, I'm not happy with my life. I'm not happy with the way things are going. I'm not happy with just so many things in my life are not what I want them to be. There's so many things that I wish I could change, that I would like to be in a different place mentally, financially, psychologically. And so I want you to know that for the weeks remaining before us, we will be discussing and going through the Great Rewrite. And we will be discussing and learning how we can change and rewrite our life's script, how we can change the very essence of what happens in our lives, how we can change what happens tomorrow and next week and 5 weeks from now. And so I want to put that in perspective for those who are listening, that you have the opportunity, you have the ability to participate in what I call the Great Rewrite. When somebody says to you, you know, what are you doing to get your life together? Just tell them I'm participating in the Great Rewrite. I'm going through the Great Rewrite. I'm rewriting my life's legacy, my life story. I'm rewriting my life. Why? Because there's some things that I need to change. There's some things that I need to put in perspective and change and move some things around. There's some things I need to totally delete out. And there's some things that I need to bring in. The Great Rewrite. I want to invite all of you to be a part of this great teaching. I believe that somebody listening here lives will be changed. I believe that your minds will be renewed. I believe you will walk away with a level of in a level of inspiration, a level of knowledge and wisdom that you didn't come in with. I believe that the lens on your eyes will begin to change as you will begin to look at life from a different perspective than the perspective you looked at it with. And so I believe that, you know, when I start teaching in this and I talk about this, this brings me back to the teachings of Carolyn Mace. Carolyn Mace is one of the greatest metaphysicians of our time. And she's a woman who began to teach the dynamics of how to reset, how to restore, how to rejuvenate, how to relaunch and recompense the human's anatomy, so to speak. She talks about how to deal with life from all different perspectives, but how to begin to live the life that you want. She talks about the archetypes. She talks about the castle. She talks about so many different things. But one of the things that I love that Carolyn Mace teaches about is, and I just said this, you have to begin to look at life from a different perspective. Carolyn Mace talks about this building that has many floors. And she talks about on the bottom floor of the building, when you're outside the building, it's noisy, it's very, congested because people are walking around outside, there's trash outside, it's congested, the cars are honking their horns, people in the cars are yelling at the car in front of them, people in the car are yelling at the car behind them. It's very congested, it's very noisy, everything is happening on the ground level. But as you get ready to go into the building and you go to higher floors, you begin to see things at the higher floors that you didn't see on the ground floor. And so when she gets to the top of the floor, which she calls the penthouse, that's when you get to the highest top of the building, or what some would call the rooftop. When she gets to the rooftop, she makes an unbeknownst discovery. She says, wait a minute, I can't believe this. I don't hear anything. I'm in the same building that if you go down to the lower floors, you begin to see that there's noise and corruption, and there's people walking on top of each other. It's crowded. It's so much disarray. But as she goes to the top of the penthouse, to the top, she notices that it's quiet. It's all just cool air. She sits on the rooftop of the penthouse, and she can't hear anything. She's so high up that her perspective of life is different. And so, my friend, I want you to understand that in this teaching, The Great Rewrite, when we begin to go into the understanding of how to change our life script, we begin to understand that our perspectives will change as we go to the higher levels of consciousness. Because when you get to the high level of consciousness, you can't see what happened on below or beneath you because you have elevated. And so you begin to see the transformation that took place in understanding that. But I say that to say this, my beloved. I want to talk very briefly before we get into the teaching. I want to lay this down very quietly and very sensitively. I want to put this down. I want to talk about the paradox of life. My friend, life is a paradox. It is. Like life is a paradox. And when you begin to see that we understand that when we look at life, we understand that there's such of a deeper level than what's been presented to us on the physical aspect of life. But when you look at life and you look at it from its core, it speaks of the dual nature of existence, the finite and the infinite, the seen and the unseen, the self and the cosmos, where each aspect of life is both a part of a greater whole and a unique individual expression of it. Life is a constant dance between unity and duality. We are at once individual beings with personal identities and interconnected fragments of a universal consciousness. This paradox suggests that while we are experiencing a separateness, we are fundamentally one with the source of all existence. Our individual lives, decisions, and actions contribute to a larger collective reality. Yet the essence of who we are transcends our physical form and temporal experience. The paradox of life is often articulated through the idea to find oneself, one must lose oneself. To possess something, one must release attachment to it. It is the realization that life's deepest truths are hidden in its contradictions. Light exists because of darkness. Joy is understood through suffering, and life emerges through death. This paradox as a key to the spiritual awakening, understanding that the true nature of reality is beyond the dualistic mind, where opposites dissolve into a singular experience of divine oneness. Ultimately, the paradox of life is an invitation to transcend the limitations of the logical thinking and embrace the mystery of existence, recognizing that the very contradictions we encounter are gateways to higher understanding and spiritual enlightenment. I wanted to put that out because I wanted us to understand the paradox of life. Nobody has been able to define life. Nobody has been able to put life in a definitive definition, to explain life in its entirety. And so, because life is a paradox, we ever grow so daily to understand it, to learn from it, to experience it, to gain wisdom and knowledge, to become it, to step out of it and begin to look at it, and then to get into it and begin to delve into it and become it. And so when we look at this thing we call life, it's a paradox. Scripture says, I've come that you might have life and that you have it more abundantly. Looking at this, we understand that everybody's definition or perspective of life is different. Everybody's understanding of life, everybody's mental understanding, mental capacity of life is different. And as we begin to look at life in its entirety, we have to look at our lives and say to ourselves, am I the best version of myself? Am I the best version of myself? Am I living the life that I know I can live? Am I living the life that I want to live? Am I living the life that I deserve to live? I'm not living to survive. I'm not living just to make ends meet. I'm not living just to go to and fro. Am I living the life that will help me to grow and expand, to make it, to go to the next level, to go to the higher heights and the deeper depths? Am I doing that? And so that is the question that we're asking here. We're asking this question because in order for us to understand that, this is the fundamental level of, I have to know that where I am now is not where I want to be. I have to know right now at this moment that there is more growth, there's more elevation, that I am not operating as the best version of myself, but I can. Even at this moment, I can make an adjustment. I can make a change. It's often been said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. And you guys should be saying that all the time. In doing so, that the word create allows us to be able to look at our lives and begin to say, how can I make a change in this life that I live. Not to be confined to what we're told we can't do, what we think we can't do. We're blaming everybody else but ourselves, not realizing that the only person that can stop us from being, doing, and having is us. We are the only persons that can stop us from being, doing, and having is us. And so, with that being said, we have the ability of what I like to call the great rewrite. What's so great about the rewrite? The great rewrite states, my friend, that I have the ability to rewrite my life's script. Understand, and we're going to be going through this in the coming weeks. Your life is a movie. Listen and hear me good. And you have the ability, if you don't like the way that your life is going, if you don't like the way this movie is rolling, you have the ability to rewrite the script so that the script, the movie, begins to unfold the way that you are orchestrating it, the way that you are directing it, the way that you are starring and acting in it. And so that's what we're going to be getting involved in these coming weeks, is how can I change my life script? I'm not happy with the way my life is. I'm not happy with the relationships I've been in. I'm not happy with the way that my relationship with my parents are, the relationships with my children are, or the relationship between my spouse, or my brothers and my sisters, or my nieces and my nephews, or my cousins, or my brothers and my sisters. I'm not happy with life. And so I want to start enjoying life, experiencing the life that I want to experience. And so I need to rewrite my life script. I want to tell you, my friend, in order to do that, we're going to talk about a few things today that I think are the fundamental levels of the great rewrite. When we talk about rewriting our life script, there's some foundational building platforms, building foundation that must be laid before we begin to rewrite the script. I want you to listen to this. We're going to be talking about the plan, how everybody must embrace the plan. Listen to me and hear me good. In order for you to be able to rewrite your life story, you must be able to embrace the plan. And I'm going to explain what the plan is. Listen to this. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into somebody else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. I'm going to read that again. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into somebody else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. I want to talk about embracing your plan. It is my intention that when we're done with this talk, everything that you see at this moment of your life will begin to become uncomfortable, unstable, because I want you to be able to walk away from this teaching today and start to begin to embrace your plan. To begin to embrace every aspect of your plan, every aspect of who you are, what you hope to be, what you hope to become, what you see yourself being, doing, and having at its great levels of time. I want to look at the word plan, and then the word plan, it starts with P. I want to give you my anatomy of the word plan. The word P stands for purpose, which means the divine intent and origin. Your purpose is the seed of the intention that's planted into your consciousness. It represents the soul's yearning to fulfill a unique mission guided by divine will. It is the originating point in the cycle of creation, the why behind every manifestation, the fundamental desire for expression, and the alignment with the higher self and the divine source. Purpose. So when I tell you that the most important thing that we can do before we do anything else is to embrace our plan, the P first stands for purpose. To embrace your purpose, to embrace your soul's yearning to fulfill a unique mission. To find out what is my soul's yearning for this unique mission? What is my soul's yearning? What is it that my soul has come into this incarnation to fulfill? What is my purpose? I often tell many of you, and we have about 9 days remaining for those of you who want to get a consultation with me, which is entitled, What Does the Year 2025 Have in Store for Me? It is available for you. Those of you that want to go ahead and get that and sign up, I would definitely tell you that you're going to get something phenomenal. You're going to really get into some phenomenal things we will discuss, and we will look into the heavens to see what your purpose is. We will be able to do that. Purpose is the blueprint encoded in the universe's fabric, reflecting the law of mentalism. All is mind. All is mind. All is mind. Let me tell you something. That's going to be the most important thing that you need to grab a hold of. All is mind. Purpose is where thought and imagination begin to crystallize into form. Let's take that as a definition. If somebody says, what is purpose? We're going to define purpose by this. Purpose is where your thoughts and your imagination begin to crystallize into form. It is the awareness of one's inherent potential and destiny, bridging the infinite with the finite, the universal with the personal. Listen, when you learn how to embrace your purpose, it will begin to set you up into a place where you will begin to understand that I understand and I know my soul's yearning to be put into this mission that is supposed to be galvanized, and I know what my purpose is. I know what I'm here for. I know what I was created for. They say the most important days of your life are 2 days: the day that you were born and the day you found out why you were born. Purpose is everything, my friend. Purpose. Everybody listening to me, you have a purpose in life. You're not born to work for somebody else. You're not born. Somebody said to me the other day, they said, well, everybody keeps saying that everybody needs to be entrepreneurs and everybody needs to, have their own businesses. If everybody had their own businesses and this and that, they wouldn't be any people. They wouldn't be anybody working anything else. And I said, yes, they would be. Because while everybody are owners and everybody are entrepreneurs, we still have children. What happens is the children are coming up. They're going through the cycles. The children are the one that gets the job at McDonald's. They're the ones that get the jobs delivering this or the delivery jobs. Why? Because they're learning what it is to work. They're learning what it is to have a job. They're learning what it is to have responsibility. And then as they grow and expand, they move out of the work mentality, and they begin to move into entrepreneurship. But everybody goes through the cycle. Life is about cycles. Everybody goes through the cycles. And so I have to look at it from that perspective, because, you know, it takes us into that shift. Now, when I look at the word purpose, it also allows me to look at that word purpose looks at me, and it tells me that it shows me a container of the creative potential where the unseen and the unknown reside, waiting to be brought into form. The vertical line is the axis mundi, or the world axis that connects the heavens and the earth. And when you understand when you understand how receptive we are to being able to operate in purpose, live in purpose, talk in purpose, listen in purpose, and just continue to move and elevate and to live in purpose, as purpose, for purpose, on purpose. Purpose is everything. In that word purpose is the word P. And that word P, the curved part that you see on the P, it would represent the feminine, holding and nurturing the seed of purpose until it's ready to be released into manifestation, which is almost like a pregnant woman. But instead of the stomach being down, it's up. The P is up. And so that P is almost like a woman's stomach that's pregnant with something. You're pregnant with purpose. You're pregnant with the understanding that, wait a minute, I'm getting ready to give birth of these things that I have inside of me, my mission, my purpose, my soul's urge, my everything about me, my gifts, my talents. Purpose is everything. Don't live in want. Don't live in need. Don't live in what somebody else has. Don't live in what somebody else does. Live in purpose. Live on purpose. For purpose. The next letter in the word plan is the word L, the divine order and structure. The word L stands for logic. Logic is the ordering principle of the mind that aligns with the divine order, the structure that brings harmony out of chaos. It is the clarity of thought that shapes the purpose into a workable form, ensuring that every step taken is in alignment with the desired outcome. Every step taken is in alignment with the desired outcome. Logic corresponds with the law of polarity. Everything has its opposites, like and unlike are the same. It recognizes the duality of existence, light and dark, above, below, in and out, inside and outside, and uses this knowledge to create the balanced pathway forward. Logic, the sacred geometry of the mind, the mental scaffolding that holds the plan together and makes it resilient against external forces. The L that we look at, right, represents a right angle, symbolizing the groundness and direction. It suggests a deliberate and mindful descent of divine ideas into the material world grounding high ideas in practical application. The right angle represents the insurrection of spirit and matter, the place where inspiration meets implementation. And so, logic, we understand logic. When you are operating in logic, you are operating in the divine order. You understand purpose. You understand that you are operating in that P, the plan. But we also are connecting logic to that, which means that we are also moving in the divine order. And understand that your logic will allow you to be able to transcend with the balancing, with the understanding that even in life, everything has a balance. We don't want to move in unbalancedness. We want to be balanced in everything, light and dark, up and down, cosmos, as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything operates in balance. And so we look at that. The next letter is A. A stands for action, the divine energy in motion. Action is the embodiment of divine energy in motion. It is the conscious movement of intention into the material realm, where thought and emotion combine to create a tangible reality. Action is the alchemical fire that transforms ideas into deeds and visions into experiences. See, what I love about this anatomy is this: when we break down the word plan, most of the people that plan would just write stuff down and be like, yeah, I'm a plan to do this and I'm a plan to do that. But I love the fact that we were able to connect the action to the plan, because it's one thing to have a plan, but it's another thing to have the action to actually go forth and go ahead and produce it and to put it out there and to actually go forth into putting it into perspective. So I am definitely glad that we were able to connect that. Action requires, you know what action requires? Action requires you to have the ability, but not only the ability, but the wanting, the believing, the I can, I will, I should, I must, having the confidence to move on your plan. Action relates to the law of cause and effect. For every cause, it has an effect. Every effect has its cause. It embodies the principle that everything we do, think, or feel sends ripples across the cosmos, creating the waves of manifestation. In the metaphysical sense, action is the divine breath that animates life. Action is the divine breath that animates life, the force that sets all things in motion, and the dance between potential and fulfillment. Action. You got to be able to take action. We can't sit down and just think about things. We can't say, one day I wish I'll be successful. One day I wish I'll be a millionaire. One day I wish that I'll be in a loving and a caring relationship, and I'll be married to a soulmate, and I'll have 3 kids. None of that happens without action. And sometimes when we allow fear to come into our minds and fear to come into our atmosphere, fear paralyzes you. And it will allow you not to take action on these things. Now listen, the reason why I'm going through this is because before we can even begin to rewrite our life script, we got to become the plan. We got to be able to embrace purpose, embrace logic, embrace action. We got to be able to embrace the plan. Because if I can embrace my plan, now all of the elements of everything else that I need is already in the plan. Because I'm now in a position now where I can say to myself, "Hey guys, I'm ready to go." The shape of the A resembles a mountain peak, symbolizing aspiration, ascension, and the pursuit of higher consciousness. If we look at the A, the two sides of the A pointing up, it also mirrors a pyramid, representing stability, strength, and accumulation of knowledge and power. The horizontal bar within the A symbolizes the bridge between aspiration and realization, the middle path where spiritual intention meets practical application. Listen, this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. When we look at the letter A, we see the two sides of the A that show us a pyramid, that show us a peak. But then if you look at the A, there's that line that goes through the horizontal line that goes to one side of the A to the other side of the A that represents aspiration and realization. It is the middle path that we call it, where our spiritual intention meets our practical application. What I do, what I'm thinking about, what I'm meditating on, what I'm pondering on, what my intentions are on, now I'm at the place now where the path takes me from what I think, what I'm meditating on, what I'm imagining, and it takes it to a place now where I can make that my practical application. As it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. The action. And so I think it's imperative that we continue to work with this, the profound insight that we have here, and how we're able to go with this. Now, let's take a look at this. The last letter of the word plan, we went through P, purpose. We went through L, logic. We went through A, action. And N stands for navigation, the divine guidance and course. Navigation represents divine guidance and eternal compass that directs us along our chosen path. It is an intuitive knowing, the spiritual discernment that keeps the plan aligned with its purpose, despite the ever-changing tides of life. Now listen to me. Anybody who's on this call who's lived life, you know that life can throw the tides. Life can throw situations and circumstances to you that can knock you against the wall, that can knock you down, that can allow you to step up and be on your own 2 feet and seem like everything is going good. And then the tides begin to move again. But in the understanding of a plan, we have to begin to understand how to navigate through those things. Because life is a journey. If I'm going to rewrite my life, the great rewrite, if I'm going to rewrite my life, I have to first understand that life is not about destinations. Life is about journey. Whenever I talk about what happened in my life, I always talk about the things I went through, the things I've encountered, the journey that I've gone through until this far. And so you understand that what's gotten me from where I was when I was born until where I am now is all about navigation. How is the car? Were you able to navigate all the way from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, New York to where you are now? I had to navigate the plan, my purpose, my logic, my actions, and the navigation of it. Navigation is the wisdom to adjust, to adapt, and stay true to one's higher calling. Navigation aligns with the law of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. It acknowledges that life is in constant flux, and we must be able to shift, to stir, and course correct as we move forward. Navigation involves a deep inner listening, a sensitivity to the subtle signals and synchronicities that guide our journey. navigation. You got to be able to navigate. There's a book, it just brings me to mind when we talk about navigation. There's a book by a woman named Judith Hill, and she's an astrologer, and she wrote a book called Navigation by the Stars. And she talked about how when you navigate and you move to different places, how she's able to see things happen. One of the charts that was very influential in you seeing the navigation by the stars was Arnold Schwarzenegger. He moved from whatever country he's from, Australia, Austria, one of those countries. He moved from there and relocated to Los Angeles. He moves to Los Angeles, navigating by the stars, and you see his life unfold. He began to come and become a world-renowned, award-winning bodybuilder. He then moves into the movies, becomes a major movie star. He then becomes the governor. I mean, so many different things happen, but she talks about how he was able to navigate. The N in navigation represents a pathway or a zigzag representing the journey of life with its ups and downs, twists and turns. The two vertical lines suggest stability and alignment with higher principles, while the diagonal line symbolizes movement, transition, and change. It illustrates the ability to transfer different dimensions of experience, always seeking alignment with one's core purpose. And so when we get to understand and look at how life will begin to navigate for us, we will begin to see how the plan unfolds. The word plan unfolds as a comprehensive map of creation, a sacred formula for manifesting one's highest potentials. Now listen to me. I'm giving you this lesson because I want this to be our foundation. As we get ready to unfold the changing of our life script, we must make sure that we stay true to the foundation. Purpose sets the direction, the original intention, aligned with the divine. Logic creates the structure and foundation, shaping the idea into a workable form. Action ignites the process, bringing thought into reality through focused energy. Navigation provides guidance, adaptation, alignment, ensuring the plan remains true to its original intent despite the challenges and changes. I'm going to read that again because I want to make sure that we get this. Just to sum up what we talked about today, purpose sets the direction, the original intention aligned with the divine. Logic creates the structure and foundation, shaping into the idea into a workable form. Action ignites the process, bringing thought into reality through focused energy. Navigation provides guidance, adaptation, and alignment, ensuring the plan remains true to its original intent despite challenges and changes. And so I just wanted to make sure that we understood the significance of a plan. They say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what they say. By integrating the four elements of purpose, logic, action, and navigation, we align with a universal process of manifestation that transcends the physical and enters into the metaphysical. The process can then be seen as an alchemical journey where purpose turns into the original substance, logic, the mind that transforms and directs energy, action is the fire that purifies and brings forth change. Navigation, the grounding force that maintains the balance and ensures the integrity of creation. This anatomy of a plan reveals a dynamic interplay of forces that mirrors the cosmic principles of creation, ensuring that what begins as an inner vision can find expression as a lived reality, aligning with the highest truths. I've said it time and time again that, you know, we are in a great position to allow ourselves to be able to create and to live our life dreams. I just think that it's imperative that everybody listening to the sound of my voice, that you have that ability to do that. That you have the ability to look at life and begin to understand the plan. Listen, we're talking about the great rewrite. We're talking about being able to rewrite our lives, rewrite the scripts of our lives. A plan without purpose is like a compass without a needle. It leads nowhere and finds nothing. Because, see, understand this, every element of a plan is what we need. It talks about our purpose. It talks about our logic. We need action. We need navigation. Navigation is the compass. Navigation is our direction on which way we're going. We have the plan set in place, but we got to know where we're going. We got to know which direction we're moving into. We got to be able to stay and maintain, to navigate through the tides of life. Purpose ignites the plan. Action propels it. Logic guides it. And navigation ensures it reaches its intended destination. To plan effectively is to align your purpose with action, logic, and intention, and navigation with divine guidance. When purpose fuels your plan, action becomes unstoppable, logic becomes clear, and navigation becomes second nature. Purpose gives your plan meaning. Action gives it movement. Logic gives it structure, and navigation gives it direction. Craft your plan with purpose. Execute it with action. Strengthen it with logic. Steer it with navigation. A well-rounded plan is one that combines the fire of purpose, the force of action, the clarity of logic, and the precision of navigation. I just wanted to bring this to you today because I felt like it was so important. I felt that it was extremely important that we come to a place where we find ourselves understanding a plan. I want you to walk away from today saying to yourself, I embrace my plan. Some of you may say, I don't have a plan. Well, now is the time. There is no greater time than the present to start putting a plan together. Quite a few of you have been reaching out and setting up consultations with me so that you can discover what 2025 has in store for you. And so I'm excited. I believe that there's no greater time than the present to see what the future holds. Those of you that are going to be doing that, remember, we have 9 days left until the end of September, where the discounted price will go back up to its original price. So those of you, I would say, even if you don't have the opportunity to get the scheduled consultation now, I would go ahead and book it and purchase it now. And then you can set it for October, November, or whenever it is that you want to get it done. And also, you can also get it for somebody else who you may want to give it to as a gift, maybe for Christmas or a birthday gift or somebody of that sort. The plan. I have to be able to idolize, and I have to be able to utilize my plan. I have to be able to understand the significance, the power of my plan. Everybody has a plan, but listen to me, folks. Everybody is a plan. That's the secret, my friend. The secret is to write the plan, to study the plan, only to become the plan. Yes, that is the secret. Listen, we're going to learn how to rewrite the scripts of our lives, how to change the very essence of our lives, to start living the lives that we want to live. And in order to do that, we must understand the inner secrecies. We must understand that our purpose. We must understand logic. We must understand how action works. And we must be able to understand the power and the importance of navigation. We have to be. Everybody listening to me has navigated from day one of being born in this world to where you are now. You've had to learn how to navigate. You have to learn how to deal with the tides of life, the ups and downs, the forwards, the backwards, the upside downs. You've had to learn how to navigate. And what didn't kill you only made you stronger. Now, just imagine that now with the knowledge we have, how we're going to be able to navigate, how we're going to be able to put the action forward, how we're going to be able to equip logic, how we're going to be able to put purpose in place. And begin to start becoming the best versions of ourselves. I want to thank you for taking this journey with me as we get ready to sail on this shore of the great rewrite. I want you to meditate tonight when you go to sleep. I want you to think about your life the way that you would want it to be right now. If you had the opportunity to change anything in your life, what would you change? If you had the ability to change anything in your life right now, what would that be? Begin to imagine the change as if it already happened. How would your life be if this major change took place? How would it be if you were able to experience this change and embrace this change as a real reality? If there were 5 things you could change in your life immediately, what would those 5 things be? And how would your world change after having those 5 things come to fruition? I want you to think about these things because we're getting ready to step into the great rewrite. And we're getting ready to rewrite the scripts of our lives. We're getting ready to rewrite these scripts so that we can now start experiencing life as it unfolds. And so I want to thank all of you for being a part of this teaching today. I hope that each and every one of you got something out of today's teaching. It was such a great lesson for me. Most of the time when we're doing these lessons, I myself, I get so much out of them because once I'm done, it's almost like it's still resonating on me. I can still feel the residue. I begin to connect and take notes and begin to listen to these over and over again. Why? Because these are the lessons that transform me. These are the lessons that expand me. These are the lessons that take me from where I am to where I'm going, the navigation. I'm going to be navigating through this journey of the great rewrite. And so I want to thank all of you for being a part of this. Somebody says, I need to rewrite my marriage. I need to rewrite my finances. I need to rewrite my health. I need to rewrite my relationships. I need to rewrite my love life. Somebody's saying, I need to rewrite my entire life from A to Z, the great rewrite. Listen, if you haven't done so, please hit the like button. If this is your first time listening to this teaching and joining in this channel, please let us know what city, what state are you tuning in from. Also, hit the subscribe button, subscribe, and become a part of this community so that you can be connected to us. Also, we want you to stay connected to us as we get ready to move into this new series, The Great Rewrite. We're still going to stay connected on our cycle of currency as we realize that what the cycle that moves, currency, and we understand that currency is designed to move. It doesn't stay where it is. We don't believe in spending money, but we believe in circulating it in our circulation. And so we believe that what circulates means it goes back to its original point of origin. We're still operating in that. We're asking those, you who are listening, if you can, if you will, whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that your heart desires, will be able to donate $26 into this organization, into this ministry. And those of you that can and will, some of you may say, I don't have the $26. That's okay. Some of you may say, I only have 5, I only have 10, I only have 15. But the message that you gave today, brother, was so profound. I got so much out of it. You hit so many things right on the nail for me. I'm going to go back and listen to this a second time, but just what I've heard today, something inside of me changed. There was a transformation. There was an illumination. There was something that changed inside of me, and I'm not the same. And so we want to thank you for listening. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and also share this. But those of you that want to be a part of the circulation and you want to sow that seed, you want to donate that $26. Some of you may say, I don't have it. Some of you may say, I want to give more than $26. The way that you can do that, we have 4 ways to give. The first way is going to be Cash Apps. It's going to be $TOESC. And those of you who are listening, the ways to give are also in the bottom description. So you can look below and see right under the description, you will see the ways to give. The first way, once again, is Cash App, $TOESC. The second one is going to be PayPal and ZELLE. PayPal and ZELLE are going to be used from our email address, which is going to be info, INFO, at TOESC.org. Once again, that's info, INFO, at TOESC.org. And then the last way that you can give is going to be VENMO. And that email is going to be issacharbey at gmail.com. That's ISSACHARBEY at gmail.com. So that is the other way that you can give, the 4 ways that you can give. I want to thank all of you for your donations. It helps us. It does help with the cause. It does help us with so many things that we're doing and so many different things that we are moving in operation with. So we want to thank all of you. Listen, I want you to know this one thing. As we move into the rewrite, there's so many things that people may want to rewrite as you're listening to this. You have a relationship with somebody who's estranged and you want to rewrite that. There's so many mistakes and different things that you may have made in life. I want you to know you can rewrite it. and there's nothing that can't be rewritten. There's nothing that can't be changed. But I want you to meet me here every Sunday, same time, same place, and we're going to work together for the great rewrite. Your destiny is not a matter of chance, but it's a matter of choice. I want to thank all of you. I want you to know this one thing. I love you, and there's nothing you can't do about it.